Just had an epiphany at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is a clip from my postcard to the PM and Chancellor. Never mind those 4 budgets, here comes the recovery. If you agree with the postcard, please share and/or contact your MP and ask them to view it and support unfreezing the personal allowance in the upcoming budget for the benefit of all. Thank you. In a perfect world, I would just raise the personal allowance in line with inflation to £15,000 and stop increasing inequality by stealth. Introduce a 10p tax rate on earned income between £15,000 and £20,000. Adjust the employer national insurance rates thresholds nearer to the pre-budget 4 rates. The end. We don't live in a perfect world, so let's get this right with no blunders. Here's how. So, solution. Create a sense of optimism with tangible, transformative taxation that invests in people, human capital, which will reduce stealth inequality and create a new type of ambition to strive for, namely becoming a VAT payer. So how to fund a personal allowance of £15,000, a starter 10p tax rate and adjusting last year's employer national insurance changes. I think the above changes with what I'm about to propose would pay for themselves well within a parliament through increased employment due to improved business confidence and growth, the reductions to the benefits bill for multiple generations, and reductions in NHS expenditure. However, for the naysayers and prudence, I would implement some reversals on Jeremy's last 2 budgets to action these policies here and now. If implemented in a blunderless way, you can stick to your manifesto for the vast majority. We will then go further and faster with no lack of ambition. The key element of Jeremy Hunt's last 2 budgets was the inequality of the combined 4% employee national insurance cut. You can see my verdict on budget 3. I said it was unfair, unabashed, and actually it was an election bribe. You have an opportunity to reverse some of this without penalty to most by investing in some 20 million people who are on the wrong side of that inequality symbol. So you need to make some tough decisions on the here and now. The spreadsheet that I've got here, more than happy to send as I did back in November 23. This is obviously an updated one. Over on the left hand side you can see I have put a pension in just to make the taxable pay more accurate, and you can see the main differences are over in the yellow column. So the PA is set at 15k. I put a 10% rate in between 15k and 20k, but actually only put it on those 2 rows of entries on here. So you will need to have a look at that in terms of your modelling in the Treasury. The last NI cut I've reversed, so it's now set back at 10% to the HRT threshold. The current NI rate above the HRT is currently 2%. I've raised this to 3%. So you can see the major beneficiaries are those below the lower quartile, and to a lesser extent, those below the median salary of 27,500. And in fact, it's not until really you get to about the mean salary of 37,500 that you start to sort of dip out slightly. There will be some people who are worse off, obviously above 55,000-ish. And your MPs will take a pay cut of around £1,200. But it would be great if they could lead by example in how we should be hopefully reducing inequality. But all of this you've got to put into the context of what we've just had. So those last two budgets by the Conservative government, remember there was a 4% NI cut altogether. So for the last year, people earning £50,000 a year have been £1,500 better off. If you've been earning £15,000 a year, you've only been £100 better off. So I think it balances out more than fairly. We must stop increasing inequality by stealth by using transformative taxation. You have the resources, be brave enough to use them. If we are going to do the hokey cokey, get the modelers on it, rip up the playbook and start again. Then after the budget, give Boris's battle bus a paint job. Remember this? Well, here's the thing. Some pictures just stay in the memory. How about this? Oh, there's a bus. Communicate an optimistic message before Christmas, and as Jeremy did in Budget 2, implement measures in January.